Baby, if that music don't make y'all want to twerk something, hey. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. This music is lit, okay? What up, everybody? I say, what up, everybody? Hold on, y'all. All right, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Listen, do that music not have y'all ready to twerk something? Do that music not have y'all ready to twerk something, baby? Listen, I be ready. What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. Please make sure you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms. Listen, we are going to get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is going to be our after party here over at the Don Don's. I know it was a little bit of an after party at the after party. Um, I want to first thank everyone who tuned in to the cooking show today, season 1, episode 3. Y'all make sure y'all get into it. The playback is available. Make sure you get into it tomorrow. You got something to cook for dinner. If you are a seafood person, um, we did salmon, shrimp, and lobster cakes. Okay, today. So y'all make sure y'all tap into that. It was so good. Whew. It was so good. It was so good. All right, Ranton, what's going on? Shirley, what's going on? Simply Elegant, what's going on? Fifi, what's going on? Keisha, what's going on? What's going on, Veronica? B. Benny, what's going on? Magichi, what's going on? Sophia, what's going on? Marthea, what's going on? Shalika, okay, that music be ready to make you twerk, ain't it? I'm getting my life with this new music, period. What's going on, Lonnie? What's going on? Twerk something, period. Period. Hey, like her left cheek, right cheek. No fan of the WITLOWS, but why was Kimmi so concerned about their marriage? Can someone say projection? Can someone say deflection, honey? They're just a family of deflectors, honey. It's just a family of deflectors. What's going on, Chris? What's going on? What's up, everybody? What's up? Okay, we fit to get into it. We fit to get into it. Shirley, not you rushing me, honey. Um, Sure, Howard, what's going on? Ranting with Ricardo, what's going on? Monique King, hey, hey, hey. Greetings. What's going on, V Baker? What's going on? Alicia, what's going on? Okay, listen, let's get into this episode, y'all. So, y'all see this little thumbnail I made? I had to make this because this is what this episode gave me. It just gave me deflection. It gave me lies. It gave me narcissism. It gave me, I mean, it just gave me a lot. It just gave me a lot. And let me tell y'all why I made this like I did. So the episode starts off with Mel and, Martel bringing the kids to Mel's performance that she had at the amphitheater there in Huntsville. Um, so what I find interesting about that scene, and we got to see, it just it was a little crazy to me that I don't know. I wasn't expecting the scene to go the way that it did. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's not that I thought that Martel and Mel was gonna reconcile or anything, but I did at least think that they were gonna have some type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? I kind of thought that they were gonna at least have some type of conversation, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. Martel gives me hater vibes. He definitely gives me hater vibes. It gave me hater vibes. It definitely gave me hater vibes. So I mean, I think for me, they could have really left that out because it didn't put an emphasis on anything. Um, I just feel like I don't know. I don't know what y'all feel like. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all thought about that scene. I just felt like we could have went without that scene only because of the fact that it didn't. I mean, it didn't offer anything. Were y'all expecting it to give more? Because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting it to give us just a little bit more. But Martel, of course, with his narcissistic ways, he just couldn't provide anymore because he was on that hate train. You know what I'm saying? He was there. Oh, I said Mel had a performance, but she hosted, I think, didn't she? Didn't she host? I think she hosted. Um, I think that's what it was. But yeah, I mean, that scene just to me it didn't offer anything, and I think we could have went without it. Um, I knew the first episode was going to be my yeah, me too. It's gonna be probably my for a while. Fake storyline. I really could have waited until next week. This episode got on my nerves. Angela, she hosted. I'm watching it again. Yeah, I mean, well, it's in the background of my TV as well. The way half of the cast been moving lately, yes, we needed more. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that. I was thinking like y'all just giving us this little blindfolded. I mean, this little. It's kind of like y'all want us to walk in blindfolded. It's kind of what I got from that. But anyway, so I found that scene to just be very, very interesting. Um, what I did like was after that, Mel thanked Martel for bringing the kids, and um, you know, And this is what I say about Miss Van. Them folk can say what they want to about Miss Van. Miss Van is still I mean, she's still a classy woman. That lady is still speaking to him. She even asked if she could take the kids to go get some drinks and some water. So I just found that to be I found that to be very, very interesting. Okay, so moving right along, y'all, let's get into Dr. Francis. Dr. Francis came ready to read these folk down. Do you hear me? Because he didn't let the WITLOWS make it at all. Big Lou and Busy Tiff, baby. Big Lou and Big Busy Tiff. I mean, Dr. Francis came with all the smoke. He was ready for y'all. He was ready for Big Lou and Tish. I mean, and Tiffany. Okay, let me see what you're saying. You'll know Carlos is going to make us wait. Yeah, absolutely. Surely that man was speaking facts. Miss Van hugged him too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Miss Van, they're a class act. I mean, you know what I'm saying? At least in front of the, you know, what the kids see. I know Martel was looking and starting to her real creepy, almost stalkerish. And did y'all notice what he said? It, what he say in his confessionals, based off of what he do on the show, does not even make sense, because he said that he was happy for Mel and all this kind of stuff, but all in the same token, he said all in. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it was kind of like he said he missed this because he see that this woman is out here making moves without him being involved. I mean, Martell. Okay, so y'all, let's get into this. Before we get into the scene with Dr. Francis, let's get into this scene with Martell and Miss Marlene. Oh, where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? Where do I start? I had to tweet. I want Miss Marlene to be quiet. I really want her to be quiet. And what did Mel say that was so bad? Miss Marlene, she was just doing a bunch of rambling. She was just doing a bunch of rambling. Had some honest, honey, because I didn't understand. I said, I said, Miss Marlene been on that Inez baby because she just keep repeating herself over and over to 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 again. And I'm like, oh Lord, high vibes, you ain't lying, honey. You is not lying. She needs something. I said that. And did y'all see her? And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I can't stand that little short, tight curl wig she be wearing. Oh gosh, I can't stand it. But when she held her glass up, we knew there was some ice in it, on some ice. Woo! Chef, those folks on Twitter was eating Marlene up. And what did Mel say that was so bad that Marlene felt that way? Do somebody know? Do somebody know? Cause I don't understand. Martell doesn't have enough money to get his mother a stylist. That lady probably don't want no stylist, but no, he do not have enough money to get his mama no stylist, honey. I grew up around alcoholics. I can spot one a mile away. Ooh. Chef is coming on here now, about to go watch it. Hey, laugh, gags, and gossips. Yes, baby, because I'm going to have to listen to what you got to say about it, honey. Marlene went to her party all the time, wig, always condoning everything Martell do. But see, here's the thing, Miss Cheryl. I, I've been saying this for the longest. I've been saying this for the longest. And here's the thing. Here's where the crutch comes in. Because I know a lot of people say Martell is grown and all this kind of stuff. But here's where the crutch comes in. Do y'all remember that scene? And if you do not remember the scene, you got to go back and watch it. It was pure manipulation. Go back and watch the scene when when Miss Marlene confronted Martel about not addressing her mom at his wine launch and why Uncle Sam got mad. Marlene took the time to defend her brother and defend her mom's legacy and then turn right back around and defend the very thing that she said that she didn't appreciate from Martel. That is definitely a person who condones everything her son does. Everything her son does, she feels is right. So that's why I'm telling you, like, I just feel like I, I, Marlene need to let off of the honest, okay? Just get off of that honest, cause that honest ain't doing you no good, honey. That honest ain't doing you no good. Marlene need to sleep off those streets. Marlene with the okay, I read that one. Mel has never said anything to her. That's what I'm saying. I was wondering, was there something behind the scenes that you trying to make a big deal? Cause we ain't heard nothing on the show. Marlene is the reason. Marlene is the reason here is turning into trash bag bandit. Mm. I remember she straddles the fence. Well, here's the thing. I didn't like how she defended. I didn't like how she tried to defend her brother's and her mom's legacy and then turn around and then gonna defend Martell. Let him be wrong if he wrong. Like why is we even playing games? I work my nerves over her playing games with us. That's why Mel has a problem with Marlene because she was saying um because she was working Martell to death. Child, Marlene, like I said, she need to lay off of that honest for a while, and then maybe Martell can ship out orders if she do that. I mean, because I'm just saying, stop that wine. Okay, now let's get on back to Dr. Francis and Tisha. This is what I'm going to say about Dr. Francis and Carlos King. If you are listening, I really need you to listen to me and hear me out real good. Dr. Francis needs to be on this cast, in my opinion. I really would like him to be on this cast to help these couples in a more what's the word I'm trying to say? Can y'all help me? A more consistent fashion, maybe. Maybe that's the word I'm trying to say. Um, I do agree that he needs his own show, but I would like to see him because if I mean he's right now he don't have his own show, but I'm saying I would like to hear and I would like to see him more on here if they're not going to give him his own show is what I guess what I'm saying. I would love to see him have his own show because he read these folks down, starting with Tisha and um Fatback. Agreed, that would be something new, and the Lord knows they need it. Right. That's why I think right now he don't have his own show. Bring him on here and give him a better capacity or a better role because that man, the gems he was dropping, I was like, folks is getting this for free. I I was here for it. I mean, it just felt like everything that he said out of his mouth was nothing but wisdom behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just gave me wisdom. And the sad part about it is, do y'all think any of them gonna listen to him? Especially the men. The men. Y'all already know how Marceau and Maurice feel about Dr. Francis. Anyone peeped that Maurice, or anyone peeped how Maurice was using the exercise to promote his twisted male domination viewpoint? Yeah, I did. We see Kimmi and Maurice are not perfect, but you know what, Alicia? I think at this point, I don't think Kimmi, you can no longer deflect because I think people has already picked up on your game. You see what I'm saying? Kimmi could get away with it for so long because everybody was on the fence when it came to Kimmi. Some people saw that Kimmi was being messy. Some people liked Kimmi because, like me, I mean, in the beginning, and it's not that I don't like Kimmi now, but in the beginning, Kimmi, I just don't feel like Kimmi has a way to deflect anymore, if that makes sense. I feel like now your story has to literally play out. And not to say that we gonna learn a lot about Maurice and what he got going on. I'm just saying that Kimmi can't necessarily deflect about the problems that are in their marriage because of that. You see what I'm saying? Only reason why Tisha and Marceau won is because Tisha is so well. You know what? Also, um, well, yeah, you're right. And then that line with you got to use what you got to get what you want. That ain't nothing but Wanda that told you that. We need Dr. Francis for Toya and Eugene. They need Dr. Francis. They need Ayana. They need Jesus too, honey. I love her, but their issues are coming out. Yeah, it's going to come out in a way that she definitely they're definitely not gonna like it. They're definitely not gonna like it. Kimmy really got on my nerves. Why is she so worried about the Whitlows? Well, I felt that way about Marceau. Marceau got so much to say about Tiffany and Louis' marriage, but then at the reunion, didn't you make a big deal about that man speaking on your marriage? Well, then just be quiet. Don't be asking no questions with your fat back. Kimmy was deflecting. She's been deflecting, but I don't necessarily think that that deflecting is going to last long. I don't. I really don't. I don't think that deflecting is going to last long because y'all got to understand something. We're not stupid. We are not stupid. And I really hate for them to play us like we are. Don't play us. Do not play us. Child, these folks is something else. But I felt the way when Tiffany took that call. Like, just because you told Big Lou what was happening, and obviously he can't tell you like anything solid, but I found that to be weird. Why did you answer the phone? I mean, why did you answer the phone? Is what I meant. I'm not. Tiffany and Lou are always giving advice on others' marriage. These two people are liars. Ooh. He wanted. He wants all the smoke somewhere else. Marceau breaks Tisha's heart. That's why she was crying. Tiffany is not that busy. She really ain't that busy. She did not have to answer that phone. Why did you answer that phone? But baby, Dr. Francis said we ain't going without addressing it. We ain't going without addressing it. That's on period. That's on period. Okay, y'all. we still gonna continue to talk about the episode, but I am gonna go ahead and drop the link, y'all. Let me know your thoughts. Y'all come on up. Members will get first access to comments and stuff like that. I know it's getting late, that's why I went ahead and dropped it, because I don't know what y'all doing tonight. It really ain't none of my business either. But I okay. Hey Shirley. Shirley.
Yes?
Why is you playing on my phone?
Who?
You?
How am I playing on your phone?
You over here playing on my phone because you knew I had added you.
Because I knew you had added me.
Yeah, I was saying hello and then you didn't say nothing, so I was being funny.
Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't hear you. Hi,
You
Veron.
good? Hey y'all.
Hi, Miss Shirley. How's
See
everybody
something?
doing?
Shirley.
Yes, I hear you. Don't you hear me?
Oh
Oh, okay. We thought you was gone.
yeah, because it was like a moment of silence.
Yeah, because
You-
I spoke and I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can.
All right. Hey, Ranting.
Hello. How y'all doing
Okay.
on this
Hi.
Saturday?
Good.
How are you?
Child, I took a nap, woke up. Them people was on my television screen. As in, when I say them people, I'm talking about the people we talking about. And I was also trying to do, a good service and get that live for the people who got blocked by Arizona T. I went to sleep, woke up 4 hours later. She was still going, and my phone said phone storage full. I said, you know what? I'm not about to do this with y'all, and I deleted everything.
Mm.
Oh my.
You guys, I missed the first 7 minutes, so I really didn't get to see the portion with a hotel.
It
Oh
wasn't
my.
You
nothing.
ain't missed nothing.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
ain't missed nothing. It wasn't nothing to miss. I missed 16 minutes of it, and it wasn't nothing to miss. And I'm rewatching it now.
It was a meh episode, but it was still good, but it was meh. But it's not going to get good for at least, I say, maybe 5 episodes, if that.
Close
they
to that
better
fight.
come with it. People ain't got that long.
I know. But my thing is I have been trying to give Miss Marlene some grace and some mercy. And I've been trying to go back and watch the other episodes because that's what I do before they bring out a new one
Mm-hmm.
session. But I'm just like, you know what? I don't speak on people's moms and I
I
be
do.
in a whole bunch of grace and
I've
mercy.
called her a human distillery, so yeah,
But
you know how I feel.
I'm like, first of all, you have to go back to when they started. And her and Mel had it appeared that her and Mel had a good relationship, but I guess she was shaking and baking because it's like all of a sudden it's like she flipped on Mel. And and my thing is if Mel was working him to death, he wouldn't have had time to go out here and cheat for
Mm-hmm.
no 8 years because he'd have been as soon as Mel got home, he'd been like he would have ate and went to bed because he'd been so tired
Mm-hmm.
and missed the mom until she got home. And so if that's her gripe or whatever, she needs to just sit down somewhere. But like I
If
said,
Mel
She's probably mad because she see how Miss Van is living with that new truck and everything, and she ain't got nothing because
and
her
a book
son ain't shit.
but
and a
if she
book,
kept her mouth and stayed in her lane as a ex mother-in-law, stayed in her lane, kept her mouth, and been like, you know what, I'm here for my grandbabies. Like she said, she's supposed to always love Mel, been there for Mel, been cordial to Mel. Mel would have probably still loved her and did for her like she did when they were married. Maybe not to the same level, but you couldn't put your mouth on this girl for no reason. So she giving you death. So hey,
Well,
not
she took her
even
on vacation. I know her son didn't pay for it.
not even that.
right.
Not even that. Mel basically said in so many words she didn't expect them to be good after this divorce in the first place.
But they could have, they could have been. I'm not saying they would have been the same level, but they could have been cordial and been fine. But
They,
you and went out here and put this whole narrative out here on this woman for no reason when your son is out here just being a disease pool.
but with
When your
that,
son is the reason for the marriage breaking up anyway.
Right. And they
but
had a good relationship.
but
Well,
here's the
it
thing:
appeared.
you have to look at the situation at hand. And I've said this, and I'll say it again. Marlene was an OG city girl. She's admitted that she didn't do the raising of that child. Well, not a child. He's a grown man. He's almost he closer to 50 than he is 30. She didn't do the raising of him in his formative years and left that up to her mother to do because she was a child in herself. She was a child having a child, and she too needed to grow up in that sense. So once again, she was an OG city girl, and now that this man is grown with 5 kids, not a business in sight, living in your house. And Cheryl, were you on Thick's live last night when I showed
Yes.
Okay, so remember that house? I was like, is this Marlene
That
house?
was the house, wasn't it?
That was Marlene house.
Yep, that's what I said.
That was Marlene House. But
Mm-hmm.
she is trying to make up, and it's a running theme across a lot of these reality shows. I haven't seen it in the scripted shows, but they're about to come back. But most of the reality shows, the running theme is my parent wasn't there for me, or I wasn't there for my child as a parent in their formative years. And now I'm growing, like, now that they're grown with their own lives, their own businesses, their own families, I have decided to enable them and try to get in good with them because I want to nurture the child that they were in the past. However, you can't do that because they're not children anymore. Time has come and passed for them to be a child. All of them are grown. You can't do that unless y'all got a time machine. Then let me know because I got some people I want to go back and see because I've been missing my family real heavily during this month. But y'all are constantly trying to raise these kids. In your eyes, they're still children. They're not. They're grown adults, and you can't let it go because you didn't raise them. So now you enable them and placate them and feed into their BS, and then everybody is wrong but them because you feel like that's what you need to do in order for the relationship to be good. Marlene and Melody would have never been good after this divorce because Marlene probably in the marriage while they separated the first and second time and during the divorce, and we see it now, enabled her child, enabled her son, placated her son, and is willing to say anything and everything that she thinks is real, or even if she knows it's a lie to make him feel good about himself. Calling him a good man, he's not. Calling him a good father, he's not. In order to be a good man, you also have to be a good father, and he's neither one of those things. We all I feel like people should have realized what type of time Marlene was on when they the way she allowed him to talk about her mother, the mother that took up the slack in raising her child when she didn't have to. My brother was 19 when he had his first, well, what he thought was his first child, and my mother let him know, I've already raised my kids. I'm still raising her, like she was still raising her kids because my sister is only 8 years old. But she not about to raise nobody else's kids. And Marlene's mother took up the slack for her because while she was a child when it happened, she still was not raising that boy. The father did not raise him, and they've all said it. But we all knew what type of time Marlene was on when it came to her son when he sat up there and let him talk about her mother that way, blaming her, talking about she the reason why I didn't go to the NFL. Child, them people was not coming to look for you. Scouts at a high school football game is for college and college only.
I still don't think. I think that makes no sense to me because as a woman, especially the hard time that she had, I would think as a just as a woman and a mother that she would not be enabling him with this foolery.
But that's the thing of it. You like we get it. Like we understand that you shouldn't be enabling your children with the foolery. I don't have children, but I can understand that, when I mess up, my parent doesn't enable me. I get told how it is and what, that I was wrong and that I shouldn't have done those things and that you really need to fix it. I have a sense, like, I feel guilt. I feel remorse. I said something to somebody one time and it was like an off comment. It wasn't something to hurt them. And then I got like the worst feeling in my stomach and I was like, what is this? And I asked my aunt, she was like, you feel guilt. that's what you feel. You feeling bad. And I was like, oh, but it wasn't like a comment that was meant to hurt anybody. I just said something and it was out there. You would think that these people in their big age would not do this, but once again, they are trying to make up for the non-raising of their kids that they did in the past, allowing other people to raise them and allowing other people to paint whatever picture of a parent that they were, what type of parent they were and weren't.
Okay, I got a question. I got a real quick question. I'm gonna drop down. Do y'all buy this story with Tisha and Maurice about
What?
somebody died? They found out somebody died on the way to
I
the
No,
don't.
I
no,
wasn't no tears.
I do not buy that. He lit
I
into her
don't.
butt. My theory is he lit into her butt after he found out that they were going to their retreat. And she had been crying and upset. So that was the story that they decided to tell.
Listen, somebody in my live when I did it earlier pointed out that the Mel at the Omni and the kids being out of school was in May of 2022 because this was close to the, running down in the parking lot situation. But that couples retreat wasn't no leaves on the tree. All the leaves was on the ground. So that possibly had to be back in February of 2022, which means we would have heard something about a friend passing away. Remedial English is what I like to call her, but other people call her Wanda J. Blige, would have said something defending her daughter. She's another person, which I call her the big sister, that jealous big sister, because you didn't raise that child during, like that woman during her formative years as a child would have said something. So I don't believe it, especially because I ain't seen not nan tear.
Not even in her confessional.
Right.
No, and then in the
I don't buy that. But
and
I'm
then
gonna drop down.
All right, thank you
I
for
mean, it
calling,
could be,
love.
but I don't believe him.
and then in the confessional, did y'all see what the body language was? Like
Yeah,
y'all,
he had to like pull her on to him.
it's that okay? So I feel like everybody's seen a man do this who's not like really in tune with their emotions or doesn't know how to comfort somebody when they're going through it.
Mm-hmm.
When they take their hand and they clamp down on your shoulder and they rubbing you all extra hard, like they about to knock your shoulder blade or whatever is up there out of the socket because they don't know how to actually, comfort you. He was doing that to her, and I'm like, what is this? Why are y'all lying to me? Get off my TV screen with this. What y'all think about the for the people who's up here, because Chef Don already talked about it, about this whole well, not even the whole thing. Kimmi jumping in people's stuff.
She was annoying me, her and Marcel.
They annoyed me, but I was like, I feel like the Scots brought the Whitlows on this trip
Yeah, to
to
be the
deflect,
whipping boys.
because while Tiffany did learn some things about herself, and it's just like that's some things I learned about myself too. But the only difference is, while I do have abandonment issues, I like to be alone. It's fun.
I couldn't believe when she said she hates alone time. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, if I didn't have alone time, I would be crazy.
But I think that also goes into the fact that yeah, she was immediately at birth she was put into foster care, and then her parents who adopted her, she admitted that they were drug addicts for a long period of time. So she was possibly alone, which caused some issues there as
Mm.
well.
Well, I love being alone.
I do too. It's fun. You come up with some of your best stuff when you're alone.
I tell you, alone time, I'm my favorite person.
I like the Zen room. Stormy and Mel in the Zen room.
hmm
I liked it. I want a sound bowl because I know frequencies help a lot with like your vibrations and just getting you like situated.
And Kimmy's a bone
Right.
collector.
Who's that?
Hi, Cheryl. How you
Hey,
doing?
Hi.
How you doing? Hi, Chef Dada.
Hey,
How
how
you
you doing?
doing? Good. Kimmy's a bone collector. That's my only problem with Kimmy. She's a
oh,
bone collector. Seriously, right? She can't hold water. You tell her anything, she going back and tell her. So she remind me of Destiny with that.
hmm
Um,
Oh, y'all noticed we didn't see Destiny on this episode. Thank
yeah,
Good.
but
you.
She
see, in
I
the
wasn't
was so
intro,
missed.
happy. I was so happy.
She
wait,
wasn't missed.
she wasn't on the in. She wasn't missed. She's not on the episode, but she was on the intro, and I was like, for what?
hmm
For why? Poor Kay. She
She
gives
just
nothing.
She's just a jealous, envious person. I don't think she liked Mel from the beginning. I
She
think
got hateful energy.
it was all an act. Maybe to see how much more money she can get out of Mel. I don't know. But
She
she's
got
not a friend.
$6,000 from her.
Yeah, she's not a friend at all. She's sneaky, she's conniving, and she has a terrible attitude. Nasty attitude. Just
Mhm.
nasty. And Marlene, she needs to, oh my God.
She's a nasty human being as well.
Yeah, she has a nasty attitude. And then she wants Mel's fans. How you gonna get Mel fans? How you gonna get Mel fans to side with you? Nobody's gonna
Wait,
side with her.
who said they wanted male fans?
But Destiny saying that why can't some of her fans support
Support
her?
her.
Yeah. How you figure?
Oh Lord.
This lady gave you money, paid your bills, and you turn around and say she fake and she ain't no friend? I mean, at least be a woman. Give her money back. Since you feel that way, I would want to take money from somebody I don't like, who
She
I
already,
feel fake, and they not my friend.
she already said she's not giving that money back.
I know. That show her character right there. She's a user. She's a user. Mel cut her off, kicked her to the curb, and then she mad because she could have got so much more from Mel. That's what it is. It's not because they're not friends. She's a user. And once they know they can't use you no more, then they have no need for you. They have no use for you no more. I don't trust her. I never did. Always spreading them big eyes. Oh gosh.
But when her eyes get big, she starts to lie.
Yeah, she's a liar. Definitely.
And I said I was done with her after she sat up there on her live and lied.
Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said that is true. That Tisha's friend and sorority sister did die from cancer earlier this year. So that is true.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. Okay. Well, I'm sorry for that woman and her family, but I'm still on the fact that I didn't see one tear.
Yeah, I didn't see a tear either,
I
but
ain't no tears.
And it may seem like I'm a horrible person, but it's just like I didn't see a tear. Yes, like finding out that that's true, that is horrible. But the fact that first of all, sorority sister, she didn't pledge originally when she went to school. She didn't cross when she originally went to school.
I heard that. Is it true that Mel got her into it?
I think she's in like a grad chapter.
Yeah, and Mel had to sponsor her for that.
I
don't
think
know
so.
if that's true or not.
I think that's what happened. But hey, I guess grad chapter, like, I don't know, like, what goes on with the grad chapter. I just know the only reason why I didn't join a D9.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. What is going on in the chat?
Wait, what happened?
What's going on?
Oh, Chris, you not having a good day? What's going on?
Oh, what happened?
I just don't want nobody making you feel no kind of way in the comments. I don't think it's nothing going on in the comments, but
Okay.
I just wanted to it was on all of their IG pages. Tisha got over it quickly. They didn't miss a beat. Chris, I'm sending you great vibes, Chris. I don't know what's going on.
Chris, I don't know. I hope it's nothing I said that like made you upset. I really hope it wasn't.
Oh, somebody! I'm a nice person. I get treated so cruel by toxic people. Who's being toxic to Chris? That ain't cool, y'all.
Like, I hope it wasn't like because I'm
It's
not
not you because you didn't say nothing.
Okay, because I was like,
I don't think anything happened today. Okay, well, Chris, listen. I don't want to keep dragging it on because, like I said,
Q said it was on another channel.
Oh, well,
no, it
this is
was
a
on
good channel
another.
to be. Chris, you
Oh,
stay.
okay.
We good people over here.
Yeah, nobody is. They listen. You might as well stay over here.
You can be
You at home
yourself over
here.
here. Chris, stay. It's a good place to be.
Now, Chris, you know your family. We see you everywhere, okay? You don't have to leave.
Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to be responsible for that. And if that was going on in the chat, I just want to apologize. Okay, y'all can continue. Sorry.
Listen, I say this. The reason why I didn't like join a D9 sorority is because I went to a PWI and they were very selective of which people they like. When I say selective, it was just like they didn't really like. They kept it like really secretive. like to the black students that was on campus. You had to be a certain type of, I want to say, for the sororities, you had to be a certain type of person for them to come up to you or say anything like the you know how in school they used to have those like fairs for you to join the different clubs. they
Mm-hmm.
they did that on my college campus, and you would see like for the black students that would be down there for that event, there was like certain black people that they would walk up to when it came to the sororities and the fraternities in D9, and it's like no hate, but it's just like they kept it really secretive, and then they really didn't talk to you, especially like if you didn't know anybody on that campus, like if your family member didn't go there or if you didn't have like a friend or was dating somebody, they really didn't speak to you. So I wouldn't have known how to join or do anything else. On top of, I was a scholarship kid, and it's expensive to join a fraternity and a sorority. But I always thought, like, I always heard that, going back to the what we talking about, that Mel helped her get into a grad chapter of the AKAs. That's
Yeah,
what I always thought.
that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. Why didn't Kiki help her? That's her older cousin.
Is Kiki an AKA?
I don't know. I don't know.
And what is this model show that? What is this runway show that Martel put on live?
Who wanna watch that? He put on a show with his
Wait,
tight
what?
suit.
Everything Mel do, he do. Everything.
Nobody
He
wants
was
to
in
hear
all
his
white,
tight
all
suit.
white dress. He was in an all white suit. The same music. He's playing the same music she was playing.
He's a weirdo.
Oh, he's so
How many times do I have to tell y'all? This is a Lifetime movie. We are watching it play out in real time.
That's
It's
Miss
it's
Hope. That's Miss Hope, honey. Miss Hope
it's.
versus Miss Hope.
I told y'all it was a Lifetime movie that we watch and play out in real time. Instead of us waiting like a year or two or a couple of months after the situation is finally over, no, we watching it in real time.
Wait a minute, did that darn ass said the Marlene's basement is dark, so he's doing a runway show in his mama's basement? Lord
I
have mercy.
cannot. I
Oh,
cannot.
Lord have mercy. He is such a joke.
Listen, I don't see why you trying to do a runway show. First of all, what Mel is doing is New York Fashion Week.
But you know what?
There's no comparison.
But
Would
people
you?
are watching it. It's probably a bunch of thirsty women telling him he's a good father. Lord
Ugh.
have mercy.
Please.
I know Melanie is so embarrassed that what she was like,
Crazy.
And Arizona Tea is still on live. Does she take a break?
mm-mm.
And they was roasting him on his live because they was
I told
actually.
y'all that. I told y'all that girl was. Everybody, y'all show this quiet. I said, wait till Sarah the baby.
She been
She
on
coming
live
out
for
the
hours.
woodworks.
She was right on cue, Chef Don. She was right on the mark today.
I told y'all.
Yep.
I
Isn't
told
she in
y'all.
Ohio?
Yep.
That's what the
Somebody
people
had
saying.
somebody put a clip of her live, and she said she was in Ohio, and that little boy it sounded like he was tearing up somebody's house.
He was.
Not somebody's house.
Yeah, I mean, he was running. I mean, I was like, and she didn't even do nothing.
She said she was there for just 2 days. She was only there she was just visiting. So
I know they'd be glad to see her go.
who's she gonna stay with in Huntsville when she come back? She said she only there for a couple of days.
She gonna be in the basement, in Marlene's basement.
No, she
Oh,
not.
not the basement with Martel, honey.
That's one thing I can say she not gonna do. She not gonna be in the basement.
Thank you, Aunt Nisi, for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't see it. I hate that you can't see the super stickers on
Kelly, was it
StreamYard.
clear that he said thank you, or did you think you heard it? No, I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
It's about time that boy speaking.
I still didn't understand him though. He should be talking better. At 2 years old,
That's what I'm saying.
He should be talking better. I'm sorry.
He's
Mom,
not two.
Dad, most kids at that age saying some
He's not two.
Basic words like mama, dada. He don't talk.
He's not two yet, is what she said. And then she was talking about, how us. First of all,
Wait a minute? Isn't Sugar Mama 2 years old? Almost 2?
Yes, they were born a year apart. I'm not sure when the exact date his birthday is, but he was
I
born.
Oh,
love you more, baby. I love you more. Y'all know I love
oh, I
That's
was.
all
what
of
I
the
believe,
daughters.
Kelly. That's what I believe. I
What?
think
Wait, what you?
that something's they need to get him tested.
Right, you got toddlers that say dad, dad, dad. Come on now. You got
Well,
toddlers.
he was saying, please. I
When?
know on her live. I know I heard him.
Mm.
He was
He
talking
probably
back.
know that word.
No, he was talking back to her because he was like, she kept calling him because she was trying to give him some of the little mandarin oranges and the little
He don't want no fruit. He ain't used to that. He wants
he
some
was trying to
Doritos and
like
some
What you
she was
gonna
trying
give
popsicles.
him?
to
What you gonna give him meat?
she
Speaking
was
of
trying to
food,
give
I
him
sure want some
mandarin or
grapes.
Oh,
she was trying to give him mandarin oranges in the little y'all know like that comes in the little fruit cups. And then
Mm.
she was trying to get the Capri Sun from him. And he was saying, I know I heard him say, please. He said, no. I think he said, leave me alone.
Mm.
I know he was running around. But I was like, I don't know if I'm considered, like, I guess, I don't know if I would be considered a blogger. But she
That's
was
what I
like,
think. That's
Baby,
them do
Mel
themselves.
just Mel just posted her I guess her final little walk look and stuff like that. Baby, that's move, Miss
oh, yeah,
Boss Lady move right there.
boss.
What
with
on
the,
her Instagram?
with the ski mask.
Uh
Yeah, with the ski
huh.
mask.
She just posted one. Well, it was 2 hours ago. Yeah, with the ski mask. Yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
liked it. That was a cute
She did her
looking.
thing. She did her thing.
But I know he was saying a lot of words. It wasn't,
A lot of words.
Yeah,
it
because
was a,
I never hear that baby talk.
it
I was
was a
in
lot.
my car today. I
Listen,
heard him say Bob, something like that. He screamed out,
Mm.
but I didn't hear.
listen,
Probably help.
I'm not a fan of hers,
She said,
but
"Pop."
I no, like I'm
He
not a
probably said help.
listen,
I
listen.
need a new mama.
I'm not a fan of hers, but I like in no way, shape, or form am I a fan. And I still feel a way about the not taking him to the hospital initially when he was like sick on them lives and feeding him popsicles and all that stuff. But I did hear him say a lot, and he kept telling her like, but it wasn't. I feel like it's some kids develop at a different rate, and it's some like I've seen this happen when you don't really talk to like the kids like they're like you know how people will have full blown conversations with their child instead of baby
Well,
talking
he
to them.
has an older sibling,
Yeah, but it's like
so he should be.
having full like but we don't know if the little girl be talking a lot in the house anyway, but
Mm.
instead of having full-blown conversations because a lot of parents tend to be like I'm not about to baby talk my child, I'm about to have full-blown conversations with them, so they start to pick up on words and eventually they'll be able to repeat it
Well,
back to
I
me.
hope he don't repeat. She's sitting on his face. Hope
Yeah,
he repeat that.
he doesn't speak in full sentences, but he's one, so it was like at 1 years old.
Sugar mama do.
But that's the thing, different parenting.
Yeah. So he's already at a disadvantage. He
And
got
I'm
both his parents are stupid.
and here's the thing, my sister my sister is 8. She's 8 now, but when she was like around his age, she just wouldn't speak. And at first I thought something was wrong, but as soon as she hit like 2, in come the onslaught of full sentences and
Mm.
talking and saying, and she hasn't stopped talking since. So sometimes kids are late bloomers that like speaking in full
Well,
sentences or speaking at
we
all.
can't
I mean,
afford
that's
to be too late.
understandable. But do you think
We
it's
can't afford
appropriate?
to be too late.
Right, but do you think it's appropriate? A lot of the stuff that she does say in front of her kids,
No.
particularly the 10-year-old who understands everything she's saying.
Well, her and the 10-year-old
Appropriate
on live now.
saying you sitting on my face, you sitting on my face, or something like that. That I don't think that's a good thing for her to be saying in front of the kids.
She said parents don't know what she's saying.
Oh
Live.
my God,
Yes, she do.
yes she do, yes she do.
She better hope parents don't repeat that at school.
Listen,
And she be on Instagram saying the same thing.
Mm-mm.
and once again I say lies and saying a 10-year-old doesn't understand what you're saying. 10-year-olds understand what you're saying because she's about to go into middle school, and in middle school, that's where if you haven't learned about it already from the other kids,
Yeah,
she gonna
10-year-olds
learn.
know a lot. Because when I was 10 years old, I watched programs my mother watched, like, and I'm older than you guys, but these were like grown people stuff that was on TV. Like I used to watch Hill Street Blues. I used to watch St. Elsewhere. I mean, those were like real drama shows.
At
And
10
most
years
little kids wasn't watching that stuff.
at 10 years old, I was watching Degrassi. And I shouldn't have been watching Degrassi, but it's my show. And they taught me a lot about, watching out for your drinks because people going to try to spike them, teen pregnancy, SAing, unaliving of yourself and other people. Just a whole bunch of stuff that at 10 years old, I probably shouldn't have been taking in. Domestic violence.
No,
So
you
I'm
need to
learning
know
about
that
all this
stuff.
stuff.
Because when
Because
you
at
go
10,
to college,
because at 10 years old, I was in bed at that time of night. I was in bed, 7 o'clock. Wasn't no hanging out,
what?
listening to conversation. Are you kidding?
At 7
Hey,
o'clock.
my mom see me
I
up.
had a TV in my room. My mama gave me
Dang.
her old TV, and I was good to go.
When grown folks was talking, you better be asleep. You better not be, your eyes better not be open. You better not be nowhere
Mm.
being nosy. Your butt better be in bed at a certain time. She has them kids up all times of the night. I'm sorry. All times of the night, them kids are up while she's online.
Um,
So
uh, I want to say Darnett Garner, Knox and Sugar Mama, they were born in the same month. We just don't know the
Yeah.
day. It's the same month, a year apart, but we don't know the day.
Martel ain't nothing. Trash, trash, trash. How you gonna explain
women
that as the kids
at
get
the same,
older?
got 2 women pregnant at the same time.
Nasty.
That's a good example. So
Now, Kelly Armstrong said that Paris talks very proper. So he is hearing at least an older sibling talk, and we can't really go by what his mama says and who she entertains, but at least he's hearing that.
I've never seen her sit down and read a book to him. I've always seen her just on live
Girl, she ain't gonna do that.
talking nonsense.
I have no clue which. Listen, at some point, I'm just say this: when the kids get older, and maybe they don't want to have they don't have a relationship that she wants to have with them, she gonna be wondering why, and then it's just like you got to go back to the antics that you were doing online and the blowing up of our lives that you did.
I just pray that her daughter don't come home at 18, another 10 years from now, come home and say she's pregnant by a married man. That's what I'm hoping. I'm praying that don't happen. Because she's a very bad example as a mother. I got to be honest. You got to think about
That's why I feel for that little boy. He don't
Yeah,
have a good example with a mother or a father.
exactly.
Oh, well.
I think
Oh,
Tank will turn out okay. Tank got a good mother. He'll turn out all right.
Oh yeah, Tinka, and he got a good uncle,
He got a good uncle. Yep. Yep.
and at least one grandmother ain't always drunk.
I
I know.
can't with that.
She got her party all the time wig on. She ready to party, baby.
Miss Van's a church woman, honey.
Who?
Miss Van. Miss
No,
Van's
I'm
a
talking
church
about
woman.
Marlene. I'm talking about Miss Marlene.
Oh no. We don't know what Miss Marlene do.
I
Miss
cannot.
Marlene be in the club.
I
Yeah,
want to
that's
say,
what I'm saying. She got the party all the time wig on.
Mm-hmm.
I
Ready
want to
for a
say,
drink.
production was low key shady, and showing the video, showing the clips of Marlene backtracking, talking about she don't know why they coming for her. They're saying this because she didn't do anything, but showing how her wigs looked.
Lord have mercy.
Well, she
I
did it
guess.
one time. She did. I'm sorry, Chef. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
At one time, she did call Hotel out. I don't know if it was the first or the second season, but he did something or said something, and she said, "You just like your daddy." She let that slip. Do y'all remember that?
Oh,
Y'all don't remember that?
no.
Yeah, she did tell him that. You
I
just like
remember
your
her
daddy.
saying it, but I'm not sure what season it was on.
Yeah.
But she gets on him and then she backtracks.
Well, and but she's never been that harsh with him since.
Right. She's not this one of these stern parents. 'Cause I have a 36-year-old son, and he bet I would be on him like white on rice. You gotta respect women. I'm a woman. You gotta respect them. If you can't respect them, get out the relationship.
But once again, it goes to the fact that she didn't raise
Thank you,
him.
Kelly. And Simply Elegant one.
She didn't raise him. And then with Tiffany, because I got to charge my phone, but with Tiffany wanting to have another baby, and the fact that Dr. Francis had to point out that your trauma or losses to you, and you were trying to have a baby to have somebody to love you unconditionally. I've seen many people have children because they need someone and want someone to love them unconditionally and never leave them, because finally having this baby is having something of their own that they'll love and take care of, and then in turn that person will love them, and then eventually hopefully grow up to take care of them, which is not healthy.
No, and it's not. I mean, because children will grow up and live their own lives.
Yes.
And I understand what you're saying when you say she didn't raise him, but you got foster kids that come out of foster care that turns out better than Martel, that have grown up to be a better
Mm-hmm.
person than Martel. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He can't keep hiding. He can't keep using that as a crutch to lean on, because there's a lot of kids that grew up with our parents and they turned out fine. They
No,
turned
I'm not saying that that's the reason he turned out the way he is. I
That's
say him
like
not.
being too Ross by a dog. Like Kimmy. Remember Kimmy got that dog?
Where is the dog anyway? I'm not using her not raising him as an excuse as why he acts like that. I said her not raising him is why she enables him, and I want her to stop, because he's not a baby. Like Jody Mama said in Baby Boy, you're
I've
not a
never seen that
baby
movie.
anymore. You're not a baby anymore. He's not a child anymore. The
right.
same thing with Rashida down to Love and Hip Hop. Kirk had to tell her, you're not a little girl anymore. That little girl, that little boy, that baby, y'all are never going to feel fulfillment. Y'all are never ever going to have that child be raised by your parents, because in the time y'all needed them to raise you, they decided to screw off to wherever they was and left it up to somebody else to do the raising of you.
Yeah, and now he has 3 daughters. If a man like him wanted to date his daughters in another 20 years, would he want a man like him dating his daughters?
Heck no.
Would he want a
He
man
might
like
think
him?
he's okay though. He
I
might think
know.
he's okay.
He
Because of the way
thinks
they're raising them. Yeah, yeah. She might think
not
it's normal.
not in the way that it's just him and his thoughts. He thinks he's God's gift to women. He thinks he's the end all be all. He feels like he's never done anything wrong in his life, and he is the cream of the crop.
I don't see how he thinks
And
that. He's really
right,
He's the
delusional.
but
he's a narcissist.
He's
a lot of women,
delusional.
but a
He's
lot
a
of women,
narcissist. He's a narcissist.
a lot
These
of
are the
women,
things they think about, and
right.
it also goes to show with his narcissistic tendencies that when it came down to Mel leaving him, he's not upset. Like, he's upset about it because he never thought he would get left. He never thought she would leave him.
She
He
left him
thought,
before.
but that didn't stick. See, that's the thing. She
Mm-hmm.
left him before, but she didn't really leave him. She wasn't done. She didn't dissolve the businesses the first time she left him. She left, but she came back. So it's just like, oh, this is just a game she plays. She leaves, she come back, ain't no big deal. And then he really didn't think it would stick and she would leave and never come back. So now
Mm.
it's, how dare she leave me? I'm the best of the best. I'm the
The hell
cream of the
you are.
crop. I look good. Don't I look good? I
He
look
can't
good.
really believe
I'm
that.
And
smarter.
some of the, and so
He does.
you gotta be honest. Some of the women give him the power to think that he is all
Women who
right.
ain't about nothing, women who have low self
Don't
esteem.
pick me women. They give him the power to think that he's who he is. That's why Mel took the power away from him and said, "Hey, you don't control me no more. You're not all that." But
Which then
women
makes
give him that power to think that he's the finest thing on earth.
Well, he ain't.
him upset, because it's just like, how dare she leave me? How dare she? Everybody else says I'm good. I believe I'm the
He
best of the
know he
best.
ain't good. Deep down inside, he know he ain't it.
But that doesn't matter to him.
I know that it doesn't matter, but that's it.
It
But
may not
once again,
matter to him, but that it is what it is. What it is. Mel is gone. That's the
yes,
best thing he'll ever have. She's gone. So I
he's
get
she
And he
he
ruined it.
but he does not care, because once again he's blinded by the fact that, how dare she, as a narcissist, because he is, how dare she leave me? How dare she pack up and leave, dissolve all the businesses to be completely done with me, and go on to leave me and build something better? He's really going to lose it when she starts dating.
Oh well, that's on
Like I
him.
said, this is
oh
a
well, that's his problem.
This is a lifetime. But here's the thing: while it's his problem, this is dangerous for her and those kids. Because, like I've said before, and I'll continue to say it until somebody truly gets him some help. This is a lifetime movie. We're watching it play out in real time. We're not going to watch it months or years later after everything has taken place. This is taken We're watching this play out in real time, and in real time he is slowly losing control of everything. And a person who doesn't A, have something to lose, and B, has no control over the situation is the most dangerous person you could ever interact with, because at this point he don't care.
Yeah, well then he lose the kids, he go to jail, and he got to deal with inmates coming after him, and then he lose his kids, he never see his kids again. So he got to pick his poison. Which one is it? Let her go after her, do something to her, and then now you're hunted. Now you're going to prison. Now you got to deal with inmates and all this other stuff. That's on him. That's on him. Let him do what he got to do. But it's not going to go good for him. I can tell you that. Because they always look at the husband or the ex-husband as the prime suspect. So he can try it if he wants to, but then now he loses everything. He loses everything, and he loses his freedom. So hey, if it's worth it, then
maybe he need to be locked up.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe he need to be locked up, and then he got to deal with the inmates because he's not going in there with the tough attitude because they ain't putting up with that. So
He needs psychological help.
Yeah. So I mean, if do something to her, he go to prison. That's it. Then.
When I say that, I'm speaking. God forbid it ever happens. I'm not trying to say.
Right. No, I know.
No, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people who might be like watching, like, oh my God, what is she talking about? No, I'm speaking as in, God forbid this ever happens. But the way this is working out, and if y'all have ever watched Lifetime movies, not the new Lifetime movies. Talk about the old.
Chris, we glad you came back.
Yo, welcome back, Chris. Them old Lifetime movies. This is how this starts. This stuff starts to play out, and then I've seen how it ends, and I don't want that to happen to her or them kids.
Me neither. Believe me, but he's not going to want what happens to him after. If hypothetically,
wake up, Chef.
If he, choose that he want to take that route, then he's already in court already. So I mean, to do something. Well, listen. Hey, that's on him.
Wake up, Chef.
It'll be his life ends after that. So
Chef is like Dick and Jeremy falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think he really sleep.
He might be muted.
Well, he could at least come on and say I ain't sleep. Okay. He could be talking to Scotty and on another call or something.
But I know what you're saying. Yeah, it could be a dangerous situation with the way, his narcissistic ways and stuff.
Yeah, the way he keeps speaking about stuff, and then the way whenever she does something, him and the other people around have to try to do what she did, but they can't do it because they either don't have the backing, don't have the fortitude, or don't have the mindset to get it done.
But he got to understand that Mel had to do what she had to do to protect her sanity and protect her, because sometimes you got women that get
dangerous. More than her sanity, protect her whole physical health,
her kids and anybody else. And sometimes women snap too. They get tired of the abuse and they snap.
If anything, he need to be worrying about Slow. She might be the one to snap on him.
Well, if you let him tell it, Mel snapped allegedly and poured lighter fluid on the furniture. If you let him tell it, but I'm like, until I get confirmation of that.
He said he got a video of it, didn't he?
Then show it. He always say he got something, but never shows it. He'll exploit his kids, but he won't show nothing that comes to Mel. He played that audio at that reunion, and it was all spliced together. If you got it, show it. If you don't, unfortunately, I hate to quote her, but shake a bone and get the hell on. And I said, unfortunately.
Says Wonder the Great.
I said, unfortunately.
Above it all, he's in a dangerous situation because you might play mind games with the wrong woman. All these women that he playing mind games with and doing all this with, you might run up on the wrong kind of chick. And she might be one of these crazy chicks, that, feel they belong together, and he might have some fatal attraction on his hand. So I don't know.
Well, that's his problem.
Exactly.
We can't help.
So I'm glad.
So unless hold on. So he didn't get himself fixed, did he?
What?
So I thought when Maurice Marceau, I thought Hotel was with them too when they got their vasectomies. But I guess he didn't get it.
No, he didn't get it. I'm
He
telling
didn't get a vasectomy.
No, I know he didn't, but wasn't he with them or no? Or was it just the brothers?
Sure.
I think it was just the brothers because
he better get one, or he gonna have a couple of more kids before he's 50.
Doubt it. He gonna have more kids. Why? Because he believes his children are an extension of him.
You say you doubt it.
I doubt that he will get one because he feels like his kids are an extension of him, and all the success.
Oh, you doubt he will get well, yeah.
And
he gonna have more kids.
All the success that his kids will get will be like, oh my God, look at how amazing I did with my children, even if he didn't raise them kids whatsoever or didn't truly help. He thinks his kids are an extension of him, and how him being able to procreate shows that he's a man.
That was so dark. Okay, so Derek.
Yeah, another reason why he don't like Mel's brother is just like or Mel's brother's husband is like, how are y'all talking to me about my kids when y'all can't have kids? In the sense of
they could have kids if they wanted.
Yeah, but they don't have no kids, so he
just feels inadequate because he know he can't measure up.
But he levels someone's a man's manhood by how many children they have.
He's an idiot.
Well, we know that.
He's the worst, I tell you. Don't get married too young. You end up with somebody like him. It takes you another 10, 12 years to get rid of him.
So that's not even getting married too young. I just did an Am I the A-hole Reddit Stories wedding edition. Same thing with these people who are in their 30s and 40s getting married.
22 is too young to get married in this day and age.
Especially to somebody like Martel, who has caveman. He has caveman tendencies. The woman belongs in the kitchen, pregnant, barefoot, and in the bedroom.
Or doing all the work and giving me all the praise.
Right. He wanted to be satisfied. He said he wasn't satisfied. So he found somebody who satisfied him. She stood on her head for him. He still didn't marry her. Still don't claim her. Martel is just a greedy, selfish person. He's just his head got too big. The power women give him and say he's so fine and he's so this and so that.
I don't see it. I really don't.
I don't either.
He looks like a beady-eyed cute girl.
He looked like a snake.
Don't do that. That's an insult to snakes everywhere.
Well, he looks like one.
Some snakes are really pretty.
He ain't one of them.
It's just a mess. Looking at her all creepy, like he's a creep.
So that's what he was doing, looking at her creepy?
Yeah, like he was sitting there. This new episode, you didn't see how he was looking at her?
No, I missed the first 7 minutes.
Staring at her like.
No, down when she was Omni.
That's creepy. And Mel.
He was probably hating.
She looked uncomfortable,
He said, and I quote, "It is bittersweet to be in this situation." Basically, it's bittersweet for him to watch her go out and achieve her dreams, and he had nothing to do with it.
He didn't have nothing to do with the first time, but
thank you. He wanted people to think he was the brains.
He should have played his position.
Yeah.
You know what? He should have been grateful that he was blessed to have a beautiful, loving, devoted, go-getter of a wife. But instead, his whole insecurity and his resentment towards his wife's success led him to do what he did. And then he ruined everything.
Some men can't handle their woman being a success. So they decided to blow up their lives because it'd be so much.
You know what, Chef Don Don? if you are on mute, say something because some people in the chat are concerned with you.
Mm-hmm.
Chef, I'm serious. Hold on, let me text him. Y'all go on and talk. I'm gonna text him.
I'll be. I want to make sure you're okay.
Okay. Okay. Do. Okay. I just texted him and I said, is he okay? Hopefully he can pick up.
Where's Chef Don Don?
That's what we trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
I think next episode is gonna get good. Next episode.
Next episode is a continuation of this stupid couples retreat.
Yeah, I think Mel and Martel get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when he met Sheree.
Don't nobody care about him.
And Bone Collector Destiny. Bone Collector Destiny. Everything that happened, she go back and tell Martel. But she just sat on live and said she don't have nothing to do with it. Okay. She got caught in a lie right there. Everything she know about what Mel does or hear, she goes back and tells Martel. She's the snake. Or at least she's one of the snakes anyway.
Once
Well,
again,
I still ain't heard nothing back from him. I think he done went to sleep straight up.
Yeah, I think so. I'm hearing somebody breathing.
everybody go on mute.
Okay. Did anybody hear anything?
No.
I hear something playing in the background, but that's about it.
Well, I'm heading out, y'all. Have a
Yeah,
nice.
I'm gonna head out too. He gonna wake up and say nobody home with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going too.
Yeah, that's rude.
Good night, Chef.
Invite us over and then go to sleep.
I think
Night.
he might be asleep or something.
Yeah.
I think he is asleep. I think
He in too wrong. So I tried to call him on his. I texted him on his cell.
I think he is asleep. They said he did 2 videos today.
Yeah, he did a cooking one. I didn't watch that one because I'm not a seafood person. All right, y'all. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
All right. He gonna be up by himself.
Sure is.